Alright, we're back. Watching another finals here. We got Lucas Oswald in the finals of this PTI event in St. Louis versus Brodie. Just the two youngins battling it out in the finals here. It's awesome just to watch like the Evan, Brodie, and Lucas all like play these basically the battle hardens and like all that circuit, like the PTI battle harden circuit. And just see the incredible amount of success with these like young players at this point, right? I used to always think I was like the young player at locals until I've been playing Fab for like 3 years now, and now I'm 23 and not young anymore. I'm just kind of like mid-20 boomer. So let's see how it goes here. Lucas playing Lexi as usual, and then we got Brodie playing Azalea. Brodie's been playing Azalea on and off for a very long time. Wanted to pick his brain about playing Azalea at Worlds this year. I know him for one will probably be a decent enjoyer of the deck moving forward. Just don't know how the Azalea drawing matchup really works, especially because of like new red tome here. So we'll have to see how it goes. Looking at equipment here, Lucas is playing Tunic, but he does have the Perch Grapplers to maybe be able to stop one on hit for Brodie this game, hopefully. Brodie is also on Perch to block something from Lexi, which is pretty good. And then we have the Bracers Belief, which is basically the stand-in until Bullseye Bracers gets unbanned, unsuspended by the way, because when Lexi does come back into the meta, so Brodie will be able to get that Bullseye Bracers back, and we'll get the free AB1 versus Icelander, although Icelander versus Azalea is already pretty good for Azalea, but getting even that extra AB1 here, one versus them, is going to be even more impactful as well. So looking at it here, it does have a Memorial Ground here, that non-block, but it does just come in with 11 on turn 0. 13 with the Rain Razors here. Deals the 1, gets the Premeditate, gets the Remorseless from Lucas. A pretty good turn 1. Pretty good turn 0, basically. Pretty good turn 0. Deals 1, has the Remorseless for this turn, so Lucas will probably take a minimum of like 2 damage here if he shoots 2 arrows, and does get like the Ponder for the Arsenal. Azalea is also one of those characters that can Arsenal basically any card in their entire deck in Skullbone Cross Traps, or like literally it's a pump, it's an arrow, it's a card that you can opt with the Skullbone Cross Traps and put on the and then switch it out for to dominate with Azalea. It's just like quite good. Looks like he is just going to +1 this fatigue shot. Does have 1 floating, so he can load another arrow in his hand if he has it, and not take the extra 1 from Remorseless, and then arsenal that last card as well. Looks like he has a Tar Pit Trap as well, which is pretty good in this matchup because it's pretty good just being a defense reaction. Brodie looking like he just needs a little bit more space on his board, pushes up his character here. Alright, fatigue shot doesn't half the arrow. Usually the arrows are like 5s, so it would turn a 5 into 3, so -2 basically on that arrow. Fatigue shot making its way back into a lot of lists. I know Bravo has gotten a little bit more popular as well, which is fatigue shot is pretty good against that, and has a minimum value versus like say Akatsu or this match in particular. I know I needed just extra arrows in like the Katsu matchup because I was running a whole bunch of tech cards on the side. Started running fatigue shot in that matchup, and man, if you hit them with fatigue shot and they come at you with surging red for 3 go again instead of 5, and you just get to you're just like, well, I'm gonna block with 1 card and hope you don't have ancestral. It feels a lot better than it used to. And then instead of having to double block it, to hopefully them not like, having that Katsu trigger there. But looks like Brodie dropped the card and just decides to Azalea it because it's all good. Okay, so he's just playing these Memorial Grounds. Sometimes you see these Memorial Grounds be... They used to be played a lot because of the Red in the Ledger. It was like basically the way that Azalea was able to actually beat people before it got a whole bunch of cards in Outsiders. Okay, it looks like Lucas is blocking 6 here, taking 5 even after the fatigue shot here, so that's actually incredible. Alright, loads. 4 go again here. I don't know how this double ranger matchup actually goes. Basically, Battle of the 11th grade memo. Oh man, but basically has, you know, Lexi goes a lot wider than Azalea does, but Azalea does have insane on hits and also dominate Red and Ledger, which is literally probably the way Azalea has to go through this game, is if you just have the dominate, pretty sure it's Red and Ledger. I don't know, whenever you see that card, I'm gonna either know it's Red and Ledger or I've just been saying like the wrong card the entire time. The one that you only get 1 action point for the rest of it, so looking at it here. See Jacob Bog in the background over there. I know the top 8 of these events were like super good. They got Dan, Rakowski, and Yuanji casting the finals of this game. That's quite good. Something I always like seeing is like the big like grinders cast the games after they've like lost or did unfortunate on the day, because the high level analysis of that is always just like super key to do it in, you know. Always good to see. Brodie still thinking about this endless arrow here. Can't just block it out if he wants to, but he always has to think about the infecting shot that's coming later. Takes 4, no blocks this. And this goes back to his hand. Looks like he has a Codex of Frailty in his hand as well. So a little good for Lucas for having this endless arrow hit, actually. Brodie not blocking it. Sends the endless arrow for the second time. Brodie again non-blocks it. Goes to 26. Go back into his hand. Let's see if he does use the Codex of Frailty. Discard the last card. Frailty is so good against both rangers, because obviously they have to use it. And there's also Falcon Wing in Lucas's graveyard here from that turn 0 block here, so he can do that 3 go again into the infecting as well. Brodie has to discard a card, so he only has 3 cards in his hand, and if he chooses to double block this infecting, or he could just single block plus the Perch Grabblers, and then only has a 2-card hand plus the Arsenal, if he just takes the 3, obviously. But Brodie is leaking a decent amount here into Lexi. I know if the Azalea cannot like string all these like massive attacks or has some pretty awkward hands here, I know you can just unfortunately fall behind a little too much. Okay, gets a Remorseless, discards an Remorseless. Takes a 3 from the Falcon Wing. Gives the Perch plus an arrow, which is pretty standard here. Has that 2-card hand, plus that Arsenal with the Frailty. See what that arsenal. The arsenal was remorseless. See what else Brodie got here. Is going to opt. Looks like he has double pump remorseless in hand. Can play the remorseless from the tunic because this is going to be his third turn here. Opting to see what the top card is. You always can. If it is another like 1-cost arrow, you can always like give it dominate and then shoot it. Okay, just comes in with the blood rot plus the remorseless here. Just for 7. Doesn't use the other pump in his hand. So you can arsenal it for the following turn to get the opt plus something else. Lucas's hand looks like he has another codex. He's a sleep dart, another arrow, I believe, in a blue. Something you can definitely do is just double block this plus the Hornet Sting. It'll be good. Alright, does double block plus the Hornet Sting. Does see an arrow on top, so it does do the 1 damage to Brodie here. Goes to 22. Let's see. Lucas going into his turn. Okay, just has an infecting shot in there, so 5 go again here off the sleep dart. Pretty much has to block this because Azalea cannot use her effect afterwards unless the card specifically in the arsenal is a pump. Then you wouldn't care too much about the sleep dart, but if it's just an arrow, like obviously you just play the arrow from the arsenal, but without using Azalea's effect. But if this was the turn Brodie wanted to hopefully set up and, you know, move the game, and can't get that dominate, is a little rough here. Okay, Brodie looking like he has codex, 1 pump, memorial ground, and another arrow infecting shot in his hand. Just has still have to think about the sleep dart coming in, and then he also has the infecting shot coming his way, so it's like at least 10 to 12 damage plus the additional on hit of that sleep dart and infecting. They're quite good. Let's see. Does decide to take the 5 on the sleep dart here. So Azalea is going to be turned off. And then infecting coming in. Does give the 2 cards for the infecting, blocked with the lace plus the infecting shot from his hand. See what that arsenal card is here from Brodie. I thought it was a search and destroy, but it might be a little mistaken because of it. Surely he's going to use the cross wraps to get that free opt basically. It is a seek and destroy. I think best option for Brodie here is this is a pump. Card on top is a pump, a 0-cost pump, and then you play it, and then you have a yellow to load with this death dealer to put a 1-cost in. Plays second pump and then another arrow. Oh, it does have codex frailty as well. Top card is a knock, it looks like. Does leave it on top. Use card on top. I do breathe. Oh, I keep forgetting. Okay, use the Death Dealer. Does not have a arrow to put in, but does play that codex here. Just gonna get Ponder token as well. And that frailty, setting up to hopefully not take as much damage next turn against Lucas. Looks like an endless arrow here. Guards an ice quake. Alright, boom. Shoots this infecting shot. Just give him 3 cards, full box. Obviously, Brodie is going to get that Ponder token. Azalea is known to be turned back on because no sleep dart here. Alright, so good turn here, and he gets to threaten this endless arrow to loop. Does 4 damage, would be doing 4 damage now. Go back to his arsenal, have a 5-card hand the following turn as well. But Brodie does need to, you know, 16 points down, does need to try to, you know, fix this game basically. Oh, Endless is only 3 as well because of the frailty, so it is just a perfect 1-card block. If Brodie has an extra 3 block in his hand basically, extra arrow. So let's see where he goes from here. I know Lucas is a resident of the St. Louis area. This is his local Battle Hardened and PTI weekend basically, so quite good here. Alright, Brodie deciding what he wants to do here. Does end up taking the 3. Lucas draws up into double Rain Razor, 2 arrow hand. So can't present like 18 the following turn. Okay, here you go. Skull Bones from Brodie's side. Have the knock. That allows you to tutor something on top and then reload a card. So pretty good to set up this Azalea ability as well. This is like, it's part of the line of the tutor cards in Arcane Rising. So let's see. We're just thinking what could be. I think this knock should pretty much always get a red in the ledger, basically, if you can. I think the question here is like, I think you're always shuffling. Don't you always shuffle this top card away? Like, pretty much always. Or unless knock is like a May ability. Does reload. Okay, so reloads, searches. Let's see. Yep, does get the red in the ledger. Surely red in ledger is also going to come in dominated as well because it is so going to be on top with Azalea. So it's probably going to make it so Lucas only has 1 action the following turn. Oh, and he gets to use his arms, which is quite good. The for sure +2 because you know the top card is a red. So he's going to do the search and destroy and red ledger pitching this Pushing a buff to play this here, keeping the last card for a... is keeping that last card. Also, the thing with the Search and Destroy is, because he only has one action here, he could have just came with the Endless from his arsenal, and then you could have like loaded, pitched like hit the yellow in hand, loaded the arrow, and then arsenal the other rain racers in your hand, and then basically could always kill Brodie if he didn't also have the second red in the ledger, like back-to-back turn. So see where this goes here. For no go again ID, because it was just played from Arsenal by Lucas. Does have double rain razors, so this can go up to 8, send Brodie down to 6 if really wanted to. He is going to, Search and Destroy is going to trigger, so it is not going to be able to keep these cards. So boom. Double rain razor. Brodie's like, no way. No way. You can see him go through. Does take 8 down to 6 here. Obviously, this is gonna back down to his hand. Search and Destroy is gonna make him discard these cards, and then he's gonna draw back up here. Ooh, just draw a 3 of a kind here. They laughing about the double rain razors here. Oh man. Brodie got a lot of work to do. 26 to 6 is definitely winnable, but if he has a couple more red ledgers, just running out of life total for him to just non-block a lot of things and like try to innate his game plan. So looks like the last couple of turns of this game basically. Gotta figure it out. Red ledger basically is going to be the best card he could draw, no matter what. Or like play, dominate, anything like that. The more he can like dominate red in the ledger in the next like couple of hands is basically going to dictate if Brodie can win from this position. Seek at least. Always thinking about the opt. Brodie does have a 5-card hand, has the 4 cards in his hand plus his arsenal. I think Red and Ledger obviously is the best, but he's taking a big think about this. So it either seems like his hand isn't going to do anything like super effectively. Obviously, it's not going to be it's either not irrelevant arrow on top, or it's not or it's a buff here. It's like Brodie has a bolt and shot, and yeah, it looks like just a bolt and shot here for an arrow. Okay, finally decides to put that opt to the bottom. Decides he does not need it. He's gonna do that death dealer here. Pitches the yellow bolt and shot. Okay, now he's put the arrow that so he's to draw a card, and then he's gonna opt. See what arrow he basically can trade for this Spire Sniping. Spire Sniping is like pretty interesting because it does allow you to get a lot of this additional value as Azalea. It has Drill Shot here. Puts the aim counter on it. Tunic to double buff, and then come in for 13 here. 13 dominated. Is it less? Wait. Oh, dice only goes to 12. I was like, wait, what? Dice only it goes to 12, so 13 here. Can only block with one card because it is dominate. It's gonna give him a inertia token. Deadeye, I believe, also is a discard card, and then the Seek and Destroy. So definitely can't have set up basically anything here. And Brodie gets to have a 5-card hand the following turn as well. Brodie clawing his way back into this game here. It looks like triple arrow 3 of a kind. We'll have Tunic to go to 3. Already gives him that inertia token and gets the on-hit discard with the Deadeye. Looks like double blue sleeve chart 3 of a kind. Does take the 3 of a kind. Obviously, is the most impactful here. Okay, keep hitting these cards. Because that's going to put a -1 on something here. Tunic's always going to get its value, especially if you put the -1 on it, and then you can just keep the Tunic forever, and because you never know block with it. Putting the -1 on the Perch Grapplers is probably the best option here as well, because you're only going to block with the New Horizons if like you're going to die or it's free, and you probably can kill them the following turn. So it's gonna go with the Sleep Dart into the Blood Rot arrow as well. So 5-4 here for Lucas. Still going to be a lot of damage. So you can take this 5, go to 1. You don't have an Azalea ability. Then you can block with Tunic plus a card on the 4 that's going to come in. And then play basically a 3-card hand plus the Arsenal and hope it's going to be enough damage. Or you could here block with a 3 block plus your equipment, have your ability, but then you take 4 and get a Blood Rot. No, okay, yeah, taking 5 here if you want. Like, obviously you can't double block here. You can't like double block this, double block the next, and just like hope you survive, because then you will just get kind of looped. But this is pretty particular here, because you basically have to lose your hero ability, and you're gonna probably at least lose Tunic as well. Looks like not see Birdie's head too well. Looks like he might have red in the ledger here, but it looks like it is pretty red heavy. Let's see. Players joking around, taking their time here. This is an interesting position here, because losing your hero ability, Azalea, is like quite big, because now you're just gonna lose the Dominate, right? So now, if Lucas does just like kind of full block everything, then you're like you're kind of stuck in like this little window here. He just knows that there'll be the 4 coming at him after as well, so you can't really block everything out. This is an interesting like area, because none of these look too good. Block 4 or 5 here. Okay, he wants to be able to dominate. So he's gonna block 5. Well, 5 puts the red in the ledger, so Arrow +1 comes in for 4. Does have the opt. They're both eating sandwiches. What the? What is happening? Can you see his triple red in his hand? So, and took the blood rot, right? So he'll probably die. He's probably gonna die unless he. Definitely going to die unless he pitches all 3 and he can't pretty much do anything. They're sitting here eating sandwiches. Oh my god, this is pretty funny here. Are they gonna concede or what is happening? He's gonna pitch. Did he drop a sandwich? No. Oh, it has water. Here's a water. This is some Roblox meme I don't understand. This is a funny. So like to me, cause like I know like the meme. It's like it is pretty funny. That he's just putting the Ziploc back on there, and then puts the water bottle on top. All right, I think it's pretty obvious. Lucas. Both Smash Bros players taunting on game. I think this is pretty good. Obviously, I think it's pretty obvious Lucas does win this game from this position, obviously, because Brodie, it's just known as Azalea, does get the 0-cost arrow with the Dominate, and then, but it's a 3, so that goes to 3, 6, 9, 12 Dominate. But obviously can't kill him, and he's gonna die to the Burl Rocks here. So it doesn't even need to block. He just does die. Well, oh, so there's the Ponder, right? There is the Ponder token, so if he draws a blue off the top, he can pay for it. So he can make it so Lucas goes to, so you know, his block, wait, so block all equipment, 5 plus the 3, so 8. Goes to, takes 4, goes to, take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5. Oh, so, yeah, it takes 5. And then he's gonna get the Blood Rot in an inertia. So it's the Ponder. It's gonna stock the Ponder in the way. Only way to live this turn is to draw the blue. Flips it. Oh, that's a red. And Lucas does get the victory here. Lucas winning back-to-back events here in the PTI. So does get to the double PTI weekend. So wins the Battle Hardened and wins the PTI event, both on basically the same Lexi list, most likely both days here. So, you know, GG's to Lucas, and that was a good finals here. So I'll see you guys in the next episode here, and we're getting closer and closer to competing at that world championship here. So I'll see you guys in the next one.